Good morning, everybody, and a warm welcome, and thank you for joining us for today's webinar. MobileIron is a leader in the mobile enterprise security, and if you look at some of our customers and how mobility is changing the whole landscape, here a good example of Toyota, how we can really enhance customer experience with mobile devices. So mobile devices really change the way we work. In this example, sales guys from Toyota have customer data and configuration data on the devices, so you can really be with your customer at the car and have a new experience of buying. Healthcare is also a big sector and industry where mobile devices can enhance the whole business process. So good example here from US, Kindred, which is having 50K a week with mobile devices, having the patient data directly where it's needed, and yeah, business optimization. Uber, I think a well-known brand, is using MobileIron as the foundation of their business. So also here a good example how mobile can enhance productivity, how business process can be optimized, and how it really changed the whole way we live and how we really do things. So modern operating systems like iOS, Android, and Windows 10 really need an EMM system as the foundation. And this is because the mobile security architecture really is, in comparison to the old world like Windows XP and Windows 7, totally different. So applications are sandboxed and they cannot be accessed or modified on the kernel. You have an OS as a firmware, and you have for each application which is running on a mobile device, you have built-in APIs, so you can manage the device, you can secure data, you can roll applications, and as we are talking today about TeamWire and MindLink, MobileIron is providing APIs to secure business applications, even if they are from a third party like MindLink or TeamWire, or if they are all developed by your corporate mobile application team. So just to give you a short overview for those folks who are not MobileIron customers today, and I will build up this chart so that you have a full view. MobileIron is really based on two components, right? So it's our security engine, which is the core, which provides certificates, policies, and advanced security to the devices. And on the other part, we have MobileIron Sentry, which really provides a secure access to enterprise data. So enterprise data here is email, calendar, contacting, but also application data, which, for example, could be a MindLink collaboration solution or the enterprise messaging solution from TeamWire. But we also integrate on the backend side with tech alliance partners like Cisco, Aruba, and FireEye, so that you can really integrate MobileIron in your existing IT infrastructure. MobileIron was founded in 2007, and we released our first product in 2009. We have over 22 patents granted as of September 2015, and we were the first company who invented an mobile enterprise app store, and we also have a patent here. So if you look at the whole approach that we with MobileIron do follow, we really want to provide choice and security. And when we talk about choice, we think that you as an enterprise IT need to provide a choice of like everything to your end users, meaning a choice of the operating system they do work with, choice of the device, choice of applications they use. And also, if you look at our integration with ecosystem partners, we really want to provide our customers choice to integrate with whatever software system is there on the back end, but also on the application side. So today we will be talking about secure enterprise messaging. We have MindLink here, who will be first presenting, and then we will have a short Q&A, and then we will go ahead with TeamWire. And with that, I would pass it over to MindLink.
So in the next 10, 15 minutes, what I hope to share with you is the view that we have in terms of what we are defining as chat-enabled collaboration. And what I hope to do is show that not only we can, with our partners MobileIron, we're providing not just mobility, but a secure, compliant, business integrated experience based upon the well-known platform that is currently known as Link or Skype for Business. But let me start by really just introducing where we are in terms of, or how we see ourselves. So if these are the kind of questions that you as a business are experiencing, then what we're seeing out there is over 1 billion users using applications like WhatsApp, HipChat, Slack, and others, of which some estimates suggest that around 35% of those people are using it for business purposes. And the question there that a lot of our customers are now asking is that really the secure way of actually managing their operations? They see the value of actually having enterprise chat rather than the old-fashioned email, but ultimately what they're looking for is something where they're not risking the potential of leaving confidential data, information, shareholders, details, accounts in a potentially vulnerable place that could be accessed by third parties. So what is MindLink? We provide a very rich mobile experience on the MobileIron platform that provides instant messaging, chat rooms, and the collaboration capabilities that you would expect in that paradigm. But we are entirely secure, and I'll demonstrate how we meet all the regulatory compliance that is required within the secure industry platforms, both in banking and in other areas, and have a fully integrated suite of products. So we've had a very quick but a very exciting growth. We're based in London. We quickly formed a partnership with Microsoft, moved then on to BlackBerry, and now we've basically been starting to really get some real traction within the industry regarding the use of our persistent chat mobile clients and also the other integration stories that we've actually got. When it comes down to our customers, our pedigree, our background is very much around financial services, but that is now vastly changing as I think the world has woken up to the fact that, you know, persistent chat rooms that actually effectively allow you to have continual conversations with your teams around a whole variety of different topics is really where people are actually looking to move. So I think that paradigm has changed. We're getting a lot of interest around governments and police and security, but we have a multitude of different customers in a variety of different places where they're looking at a more efficient way of communicating and collaborating with the business. So let me put a little bit of color around that, and maybe this will bring back some of the security elements that we really address. So within an organization, you can have, obviously, different siloed groups, which are always trying to break up. And you also have the idea of having projects or key accounts or sales teams. But with regards to the security, all of our messaging traffic is encrypted. And furthermore, using the MobileIron application is further encrypted when it's in the mobile application itself. But it doesn't just stop there. It isn't just about encrypted secure messages. It's about a clear permissioning and access model. So the way that we operate is we use a single source of data with regard to Active Directory, which means it's much easier to use, and it's one set of identity that the users have to use. We also provide the ability to actually have a delegated permissioning model. That means that as an administrator, I can choose to give certain teams or groups a model to which they can then delegate managers, and they can actually invite different teams and groups to manage those channels beneath that. But by the same time, you can also stop one group talking to another group. So you have effectively that ethical walls that you can build within an organization. And furthermore, what MindLink does is we actually expose different types of chat room. So where you might have an open room where everyone can join and it's a free-for-all to see maybe what the latest communications might be with an organization, we've also got the potential of actually having closed rooms. So only the few, maybe invited by the senior management, can join that boardroom meeting or that financial services meeting. We've also got the idea of hidden chat rooms. So if you have something very important that you're discussing that you don't want the general wider staff to look up as an index, then we can also hide these rooms. And they also have the ability to have auditorium. So if you've delegated management to certain individuals, only those people can speak within the chat rooms. So for us, security isn't just about encryption. All of the information and messages that you post within MindLink can be archived and put into a non-repudiation store as well. So if you have the requirement to store that data, as you might do currently with email, all of that information can be passed and shared with those put into that secure vault. So in the last sort of few part time that I have, what I wanted to do is sort of illustrate the kind of ways that people are using MindLink and how we're working with our partner MobileIron. So, a typical organization will basically break up their business into different groups. Nothing different in that. And what I'm trying to illustrate here is the fact that each of those different groups may have a different way that they actually want to connect. Now, where there's an interaction between different groups, I would suggest that those also would be your chat rooms. It's a similar model that you might experience within distribution lists and things like that. But this is about a much more immediate, much more dynamic, and much more constructive way of working. So from an operations perspective, we're seeing a huge increase. The original view was around incident management. In the financial services world, it was all about trading operations, sales teams working together globally. But now we've seen it spread across a larger group of people as they're recognizing the value of having that instant access to chat rooms. So from project management to marketing to technology companies, what I hope to show in the next few slides is just a few examples of the kind of experiences and benefits that people are finding by using MindLink. So the distribution of news is critical. Collaboration, by definition, is really trying to get different groups and teams working together more efficiently. And that knowledge management view is very much one that people are working towards. And with multiple customers who can say above and beyond the institutes of one of our customers, where basically you can actually share breaking news. And the paradigm is that when information breaks, it may be sent to a group, but the reality is whether it's a file, an attachment, a link to a new website, or breaking news from any kind of other source, it normally goes to the few people. Those people will make decisions, and they will then share that decision across a team. So in a global 24/7 environment, having a chat room available to actually have this information not just typed into, but actually having automatically posted to. And that's the integration story that we follow. So the second example maybe is a simplistic, but email distribution. Everyone uses email. Distribution lists are set up extensively, but you also have a lot of applications out there that maybe if there's an alert, maybe the system technology is about to fail, maybe there's a risk profile just being changed. All of those systems are designed to notify people, normally by email currently, as to what's changed and what's happening. So what we can do, and what we have done, is basically provided the connectivity. So rather than post a global email to a distribution list, we can link a distribution list to a chat room. And that way, automatically, you can reduce the amount of email, you can reduce the amount of data storage as needed, and you can use email for what is important and use the chat rooms for the more dynamic collaboration and reaction type environment that you want to live in. So a huge benefit there we've seen with customers, and there's a lot more to be said in that particular area. Command and control, we've seen this, and I've used this in the context of one of our customers in the security world. That's a direct quote, or blinded quote at least, from that team. And this is a direct example of where it isn't just what you have on the mobile. We've also given the ability, using our MindLink Anywhere suite of products, to actually basically provide either remote access using our web client, or actually embed one chat room or more into one or more different websites. So the example here is a command and control environment where information, news, automatic content is posted directly to a globally deployed group who are accessing it through a federated SharePoint environment. But we've got other customers who are using it for, in the banking industry, as an outreach client for some of their hedge funds and buy side. And then, of course, you have the ability to automate and visualize information. So this is an example of our software actually embedded within the Skype for Business client, where our social connector is automatically bringing breaking news and content directly into a chat room, which again could be taken in any of our modality clients. But in this particular place, using our API, we've written effectively a tag cloud that represents what's going on within that actual room. But that tag cloud, it doesn't need to be that. That could be your desktop monitoring system or any other web application that you think. It could be static and it could be dynamic. It could be actually a an area where you could actually input a report or a crime or whatever you think within that workflow of your business. So a lot of people say, how does it all fit together? And I hope the next couple of slides will give you an example of that. So we do have a cloud offering. We have also a blended, partially hosted environment as well. And a lot of our customers will have taken the decision to go with Skype for Business or Link and have put that on site. So it's one of the options you have. It's one that we can happily discuss and look at the best ways of doing so. But in the scenario here, we're basically, whatever the underlying platform is, you will actually, we've built a foundation layer that sits upon it as a trusted application, again, bringing through that security model. And from that, we can essentially do two things. That is the foundation for all the other paradigms that we have, and mobile access clients and integrations, but also it provides us with the ability to take that content and using our compliance archiving tool, send any content and data and put that into that storage system that cannot be tampered and potentially used as evidence in any kind of security or investigation by any financial services organizations. When it comes to access, we provide both access through web, through the SharePoint as I demonstrated. A lot of customers are using Mac and Linux users, and they prefer our MindLink mobile applications and web clients as an access point. And obviously, MindLink Mobile, what we're here to talk about with MobileIron, is being secured very much around the MobileIron platform. So that for us is the mobile access. Obviously, the desktop point is you have the option to use in this scenario, the Microsoft Skype for Business client. And there are a variety of different pieces of the jigsaw that we have, and those are being updated and upgraded all the time. So there's a lot of work going on now in terms of the next look and feel, the different parts around enabling voice, video, and other things like that. And of course, most importantly, what you have in your mobile phone, you need to make sure is secure. And that the EMM solution that we've built with MobileIron really leverages that security model and has been used extensively by several MobileIron customers already. So it doesn't just stop there. I think the other big differentiator for MindLink has been our integration to third-party applications. And this is where some of our largest financial services customers, some of our shipbuilding, broking, a whole variety of different trading businesses are actually using our API set. So what we've done is we've effectively built a web services API that sits on top of the underlying platform, and that will allow you to basically write 95% of any application if it has an API to feed content directly into MindLink. But out of the box, we've also come with an email connector, so you can bring in your distribution list and content, and you can basically, there's a whole security model around that to make sure only content from users that are actually accessible or have access to the chat rooms can actually be posted. And the same being we have from an RSS and social. So there you can actually, we could be scanning the world to see if anybody says anything about MindLink, which we do, and that will automatically get posted in the MindLink in the social network channel. So that very much reflects the sort of scope of what we do. So from an iPhone perspective, which you can see here, one of the key things we've done is we've not just replicated which others have done, which is just the IM and chat. We've built in a whole variety of other features and functionality to really mean that when you're mobile, as opposed to being on your desktop, you have the core information that you want. So you have a mobile profile. You can only bring those individuals or chat rooms that are really necessary to you. And we also have it set up so that you actually have a filtered view. So you can live in what we call our live stream, and that will provide you the ability, like a flow, a ticker flow of everything that's going on. And again, all of this is securely containerized within the MobileIron platform. So whether you live on the iPhone, whether you want to use it on an Android phone, whether your preference is to have it within an iPad, and in here you see the 3 columns, and that can be all groups, that could all be eye contacts, that could be just your live stream and others. Or whether it is actually, what we've also done is extended it so we can also bring content in. So in the perspective of having maybe a retail bank might want to have their front office staff who are facing the customers when they walk through the door, they might want a chat room specifically dedicated to questions around mortgages. So not only do they can have access to the team for those questions that they don't know, they can search that room to see if they've previously been asked a similar questions, but they could also be given actually, let's say, the mortgage rates for the day or the latest spot rates they need to talk about. So MindLink is very flexible in what we try and do. And of course, the paradigm of BlackBerries, we also support the new BlackBerry 10 environment as well. So to summarize, there's a lot of interest coming from a lot of parties. We've just, Aragon have just named us as one of the hot vendors for 2015, very much based upon the value chain and the value benefits that we've been bringing. I think the use of chat, as demonstrated by applications like WhatsApp, have proven finally to the world that actually, using chat rooms is a much more dynamic way of working that will save time, really empower teamwork, and actually support decision making. But the issue that we're seeing from customers in a whole variety of regulated industries and those who are concerned with security, that they need it to be secure and they need it to be managed and compliant. And that's very much where MindLink is at. So we can leverage what is known, and then we can bring that layer of security, encryption, and integration into your business workflows, what we're now calling chat-enabled collaboration. And just by way of the last few numbers, this was done with done with one of our biggest customers, and I still think maybe that they're a little ambitious in terms of the numbers. But even if you were to look at the cost base of your organization and work out how much it would cost per user, even if you made a 1% saving in productivity and had that ability, the savings that you would actually get are quite substantial. And so, again, I would heartily suggest that if you're looking to really try and drive productivity within your organization, to speak to MindLink and our team here, and we'd be more than happy to actually support and explain, and there's a whole lot of information we can provide. So, final slide before I open it up to any questions. There's a summary as to what we're doing. MindLink basically provides access on any device, anywhere, at any time, through both iOS, Android, BlackBerry, and then we have our web applications that will support that too. Obviously, that is supported on-premise and in this mixed cloud environment, and we are, as I said, looking at a cloud environment altogether soon to launch. What we also provide is that EMM support. We've got advanced integration, as a lot of our customers are using it, really to build value, not just so that it's about you talking to your colleagues or collaborating what's going on, but to automate the process of bringing in data and information from a variety of different places. And then compliance and security. I mean, compliance from the perspective that we've got a lot of customers out there using our compliance engine to basically secure the likes of Link, Sky for Business, Yammer, IceChat, and others. The data is stored, all the data is accessible through our different variety of clients, so it's all searchable. So you're really bringing that knowledge management piece to life. And what we also have, therefore, is a whole variety of features and functionality that, in fairness, are being used out in the world of public, but we wanted to bring into the world of business. So whether it be that live stream, that filtered messaging, whether you wanted to have sub-rooms within groups, whether you wanted to say the conversation that I'm currently having with one of my colleagues, we should escalate to a chat room, we can do so. We can basically tag people, and we have the ability to have add-ins and advanced search. So in the short period we have, I've hopefully given you a flavor. Our focus is all around chat-enabled collaboration. We would like people to see us not just as, or similar to WhatsApp for Business, but very much around the secure version that people can use in their day-to-day enterprise and really drive value, business opportunity, and save money. So with that, I'll stop, and I don't know if there are any questions that anyone would like to have. But we can come back to that in a second. So contact details, as I said, we're based in London. We'd be most pleased to speak to any of your colleagues, and there's a lot of information we can share both in terms of how to really benefit from an ROI perspective and the kind of possibilities that you could also do.